All right, bro. March on the way here. Chest and try Monday. Warm up. I know it's a short rip of turf, which is fine. Bear crawling down. You know, when you're bear crawling, you're here kind of trying to move so that this hand and knee move together, bear crawling down. And then 5 of those butterfly sit-ups, really putting those feet together here, trying to squeeze those feet together, those heels together. Bear crawl down 5, just keep going. Bear crawl down 5. You know, you'll figure out how many times it takes on the first time. I don't know how you time your sets, but you know, whether that's like 6 times or whatever it is, and then just kind of keep repeating that throughout the month. Overhead dumbbell pullovers. Okay, so you're going to be set up on the bench, dumbbell. What I do, make sure you got me here. What I do is I'll have a regular flat bench. I'll set the dumbbell here on the bench. I'll get myself situated. Then I'll pick the dumbbell up and put it right on my chest. Then I'll press it up. And I'm stretching through. You'll feel a big stretch through your chest. And then you're going to finish here. You don't need to bring the belt back. And then on that last one, I'll bring it back down to my chest. And then sometimes I flip it down or I scoot it over and set it on the bench. Just kind of come down and reset. So that's kind of like a warm-up. 12, 10, 8. You know, get a big stretch on that chest. Activate through the lats too. Even though we're trying to warm up the chest, we're still trying to warm up lats for pressing. And then we're on that flat dumbbell press. Okay, so those sounded like they went well for you last time. You know, when you're getting set up on the bench, I grab the dumbbells off the rack. I set them right on my legs here. And then before I lay back, I kind of hike, and then lay it back. I kind of fall back. Set of 20 or set of 16, light. Just get a good stretch, warm up, big finish and squeeze, something light. And then go heavy, you know, then start coming into that 8-6-4, okay? And think about each week, maybe, you know, that 4th rep, obviously the first week, we're trying to kind of, you know, deload a little bit so that we have that room to grow. So whatever that 4 rep is, there should be some in the tank. Maybe you could even have gotten 6 on that. Then that next week, you're going up on that dumbbell set. Then that next week, you're hopefully going up on that dumbbell set. And maybe you're getting to the point where, as long as the shoulder's feeling good, that you're possibly failing on that 4th rep. Just saying, you know. All right, then standing cable chest flies. Shoulder height. So bring that cable machine down to about shoulder height. Grab your cables. Step away in that little split and just big squeezes. Every time, big squeeze through the chest. You don't need to cross your arms here like this. I big finish here. I think about finishing and squeezing there. 12, 10, 8 on those. Tricep press downs. You could use straight bar. I like that bent kind of V bar with like the ends on it. And I like to kind of lean into it a little bit so that the actual cable isn't in my front of my face, it's on the side. So maybe if I got a set of 12, I'll do 6 like this, and then I'll do 6 like this. This keeps me closer to the pulley system so I'm not away from it. I want to be tight here like this. Big squeezes on those triceps. Heavy on those. And then overhead tricep rope extensions. Set it up higher, hold that rope, get into that split, duck that head, and then big stretch. Think about high triceps on those. 12, 10, 8. Workout of the day. This is an every other minute AMRAP, okay? So you're going to do a set of burpee push-ups for that whole minute, okay? Then you're going to take that whole next minute off. You're going to breathe. You're going to work on recovering and lowering your heart rate. Whatever you did on that first set, say it's 12, whatever it is, you're going to try and add some reps to that next set, okay? And then as you progress through the month, you know what those numbers are. Say you did 12, then you did 14, then you did 16 on that last minute. you want to think about doing 13 and 15 and 17, just kind of trying to add a little bit more pace depending on how you feel. So minute on, minute off, minute on, minute off, minute on, and then done with that set, that 5-minute set. I said try and add 2 to 3 reps each minute. So like I said, you go too heavy on that first one, it's going to be hard to kind of build on it. So just think about building through the month, right? Got finisher V-ups. Okay, V-ups look like this. You're trying to coordinate arms and hands, or arms and feet together, so it comes up and down, up and down. 5 of those, and then we went 5 crunches. So I think hands behind the head here, crunch, 5. And then those last one, pencil sit-ups, real long, and I'm sitting all the way up. All right, so 5, 5, 5, and we did 4 sets of those. So 60 reps all together on that core finisher. Moving on to Tuesday legs, warm up, treadmill or turf lunge walk, 3-minute smooth pace. You know, I love the treadmill for my warm up, but what I realize is that walking lunges off the treadmill, so much more glute activation, so much better, so much like just more animalistic, not so like choppy treadmill. But I've been using the treadmill because the turf at the one gym is all the way the fuck over there, and I'm just not going over there. Smooth pace. Then we're into our strength. Goblet squats with 5-pound plates under the heels. So I got my 5-pound plates. I got my bell, hopefully bigger than this for you. I got my heels set here. I got my goblet here. Elbows are in tight here. And I'm here. I'm tight with my core. There's going to be a lot of core on these, okay? You should be able to get heavy on these, all right? We're kind of working our way possibly into like next month about getting that bar on your back. You know, I know that was kind of funky on the shoulder. So these goblet squats are great for building strength. So this is 4 sets of 10. I want you to increase the weight each set. And yeah, you still got to do 10 reps. So 4 sets of 10, start at whatever you're going to start at, and think about increasing every time. And then through that month, think about, okay, what did I start off with last week? 40-pound dumbbell. Today I'm going to start off with 45-pound, and I'm going to try and increase. But you got to think about that last set. Were you able to finish last week's 10 reps with whatever weight? Remember, when you're in this position, your heels, you're going to get a little help in your hips here, but you're here. Don't be there, be here. This kind of, the nice thing about a goblet squat is it forces this chest open position. It forces you into a position where you're going to get some chest and arm work and some core work in those squats. And think about that depth too, getting some good depth. And then I said 20 body weight calf raises in between. So if you can find something that just has a little bit of a lip, some of the weight trees, that's perfect. That's what I use at the gym. I'm here like this, and I'm just getting a little bit more extension on my drop. Leg curls, 10 reps with a 1 second hold. Big squeeze on those quads at the top. And then we're gonna go heavy. We're gonna go 10, 8, 6, okay? So just like the rest of this stuff, think about what that 6 rep is each week, and think about trying to get a little bit heavier each time. That was curls. I said it was extensions, but curls to start, hammies to start, and then extensions to finish. Both of those were 10, 8, 6 heavy. And then workout, I think they have boxes for box jumps. I think we've programmed these. So this one here, I want you to pace yourself. If there's a 20-inch box, I want basically 1 jump every 10 seconds for a 3-minute set. So once you jump up, I want you to see if you can step down. I don't want you to jump down. I want you to step down. Get yourself set. Think about being explosive on the jump here like this. So when I'm down here and I'm about to do my jump, box jump, I'm jumping up like this. My hands are up, and then I throw my hands down to jump like that. Okay, instead of jumping up like this. So 1 rep every 10 seconds is a very moderate pace, but I want you to thinking about your body recovering and exploding. Okay, you're explosive, and when you land on the box, you should be landing soft, bringing those knees up and landing soft, not landing real stiff and rigid. And then sled pushes. 2 plates on the sled. They're going to be slow because last time you were sprinting with an empty sled and you're probably getting a lot of cardio out of that. This one, you're going to get a lot more leg drive strength work. So you're going to be staying hands low, not high, hands low, staying low and driving. You got to work on that drive, really pushing through the ground. So just 6 of those, and just rest as needed in between them. I'd rather have you recovered a little bit so that you can drive harder on the next set. Wednesday, warm up. Frog pumps, 40. So this all can be done on the turf. Ouch. Heels are together here. Big squeezes through those glutes. 40. Then you're going to flip over here. We'll kind of flex that back a little bit. So cat-cows here, dipping here, pushing up here. Breathing in, breathing out, 30 on those. And then alternating plank step with the airplane reach. I'm stepping, big reach, and then alternate. Stepping and reaching, 20 of those. And then those Cobra child's pose, 10 of these. I'm in child's pose here. And then I'm dropping my hips and looking up into Cobra. And I'm just going back and forth. There's 10 of those. Nice and smooth. I mean, that whole thing take you 4 minutes probably to do. First one was a 5-minute either fast walk on the treadmill or rotating stairs. Just getting the heart rate going a little bit, just getting those legs getting some of that acid out of the legs from the day before. And then, rest as needed after I said 1 to 2 minutes, there's no hurry. This whole workout will be quick. And then 2 minute of those A-series switches. So just think about getting to the end of the turf. You get to the end of the turf, take a couple breaths. You're not in a hurry to go back. But I want you to think about those switches here. So let one arm's up, other leg's up, and I'm switching. So that connection here of this moving together is everything, okay? And you're moving on down, get to the end of the turf, take some breaths, turn around, and then just keep going. And that's just 2 minutes. So maybe only make a couple trips. All good. Just kind of warming up those hip flexors that you've been dealing with a little bit. And then we're moving on to a 4-minute row. So we're going to go 45-second smooth pace, 15-second hard pace. Okay? So one thing I noticed, I've never seen you row, but a lot of people will push and finish on their row, and then they'll start bending their knees and they'll have to come up over their knees with the bar, okay? When you push and finish on your row, you should pass the bar with your knee, pass your knees before you even start to bend your knees. So I, boom, finish with my row, I reach, and then I start to bend. I don't ever come up over my knees, okay? Really, a pull on a row is a push with the legs. You push with the legs, and then finish with the arms, okay? So 45-second smooth pace, 15-second hard pace. You're going to have to recover after that 15-second hard, so just think about your breath. Think about kind of coming back into it, nice and smooth. And then on those ones, you can look at the end of the 4 minutes at your total distance of what the distance is. And, you know, as you progress throughout the month, trying to think of that distance, that total distance being a little bit longer each time, you know. You can think about the distance after each minute. Okay, well, how much did I row after this minute? I want to row a little bit longer or more after this minute, so that you can kind of build the minutes, you know what I mean? Build your smooth pace a little bit. And then assault bike. Okay, this one, man, this is back in my Fuse 45 days. We used to do this one. This was a killer. I haven't even done this on the bike yet. So this is a 4-minute set. You're gonna go 15 seconds, nice smooth pace, okay? Then you're gonna go 15 seconds arms only. So you pop your legs off the pedals and you put them on those little pegs, and you go arms only 15 seconds. Then you bring your legs back onto the pedals and you go legs only 15 seconds. And then you go 15 seconds arms and legs hard pace. So then you think you got to use that next 15 second smooth pace to recover, because you're going to be blown out. And even into that arm pace, think about your breathing, right? And think about your building into that hard pace each time. You're trying to recover from that hard pace through the smooth, through the arms only, through the legs only, back into that hard pace. Only 4 rounds. Same thing with the row, though. Think about the distance at the end. You can even look at if they measure watts, you know, on the sprints. And then Turkish get-ups. This one, I only want 4 reps per side. So I want you to do 2 rep warm up on the right, take a little breather, 2 rep warm up on the left, light weights. And then you're gonna increase the weight to something heavier. You're gonna go 1 rep right, 1 rep left. Take some breaks in between, because eventually you're working to that last one, another rep on each arm. I want you to go heavy. So if you feel good with a kettlebell hold, great. If not, you can go with the dumbbell. The nice thing with the kettlebell is that it rests on the back of the arm, so there's a little bit more stability with it than a dumbbell. However, see how my wrist is straight? I don't want you holding the bell like this. This is how everyone holds it at LA Fitness.
So I started mac and cheese. Like, are you doing this more than 15 minutes or
No.
Okay.
I'll get it done.
So I told Ella she's gonna get it going, so she'll bring you in when it's done boiling.
Okay. All right. So make sure that wrist is straight. So see how the bell handle kind of sits in between the creases? Most people are going to hold a kettlebell like this. Okay. This sits across the fat pads of your hand, sits on a nerve, and it increases the chance of you extending your wrist like this back. Okay. So if this is your position, if this position feels uncomfortable, which it does for a lot of people having this weight on the back of their wrist, use a dumbbell. But we're trying to get heavy on these. Heavy without screwing up that shoulder, okay? You got to stay focused, right? If I'm heavy on these Turkish get-ups, man, I'm coming up and I am slow. I'm looking at my bell the whole time. I am moving around my bell so that I have the strength to move properly around that weight. All right, we are on to Thursday. Talking a lot. It's gonna be a long one. I'm sorry. Back. So Thursday back. Rope. Training rope. Outside circles. So I have the rope. The rope doesn't come in. That would be inside circles. Outside circles looks like this. I'm making big explosions. See how I'm using my legs and my shoulders? I'm really warming up here like this. So I'm gonna do 20 of them. 1, 2, 3. Both of them together. 20. And then child pose cobras, creeping back out. Just trying to kind of move you a little bit here, just to kind of make you breathe a little bit and just kind of flex through everything. 5 of those and then come back on it. So this one was just 3 sets of those. And then we're gonna go lat pull downs neutral grip. So I don't know if they have the shorty bar at your gym. I got a shorty bar, so the handles are like this, about this distance. Most of the times I see them when they're a little bit longer, or they're even down and bent a little longer. That might be what you have to use. If you have the shorter one, that's more compact. Palms are facing in like this. You're pulling down to your chest. Think about pulling that bar all the way down underneath your pecs. Okay, I've gotten a lot out of these. I've been using that bar a lot. So those neutral grip, 20, set of 20, and then a 10.86 heavy. Seated cable, low V-bar, the same, setup that we normally use. I just think those are great. I do like the one though, if you have the one that's like a V-bar, but it's like, it looks like this, where it's like a little wider, and it's not like connected on the bottom and the top. It's just connected on the bottom, and it kind of comes up like this. So there's like two handles, and then it comes into the V. I like that one because instead of you finishing here, I can pull that one in farther, I feel like, and I can finish more like here, and I'm wider with my hand. So if they have that one, even better. And then single arm dumbbell rows. Now, I started doing this, and I wish I could video this. But when I get to the rack, I stay on the rack, and it pisses some people off because they want to get to those dumbbells. But I get to the rack, I have my set, say there's sets of 60s. I set myself up so that this knee is pushing into the 60. I'm holding on to that 60, and then I'm grabbing the other 60 and pulling it off the rack. Now what this does is this gives me some stability with my hand, and my knee are connected to that bell. And then it guides me, because if I start pulling and my arm was going off to the side or too close inside, it would hit the other dumbbells. So it forces me to stay really smooth. I'm wider like this. It forces me to stay really smooth and really direct my my bell path. So those ones, heavy, 864. All right. And remember, you grip up that dumbbell. You're pulling with your lats. You're not pulling with your bicep. You're pulling with your lats. You're pulling right into your hip. All right. Then we're back on the turf for a 5-minute workout here. Good mornings. One of those preloaded bars, I don't know what it's going to be like, 40, 50, I don't know. But pop it on your back and pushing with those good mornings. Remember, on those good mornings, we're working our lower back, but we want to think of pushing hips back and stretching through those hamstrings, trying to close these hips off as much as we can and then come up. So we're going to do 5 of those. Quality reps, moderate weight, I said, and then back on those V-ups, 5 V-ups. Really trying to bring those toes and hands together so that the reps are smooth. Up and down. All right, and then, finisher. I put another finisher on here, and I put Debbie Kettlebell. What does that say? Oh, it does say half get up ladder, 20 pounds. I meant to say dumbbell or kettlebell. This is another one. Make sure if you're using the kettlebell that you got a straight wrist. On that ladder, half get up. Remember, you're just coming up to that elbow. 5 on this side. I'm going to drop it and come around the other one. 5 on the other side. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. So that's how we work in a ladder going down. We're going to do 5 on the right, 5 on the left, 4 on the right, 4 on the left, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. All right, all the way to Friday, shoulders and tries. No, shoulders and buys. Originally, I wrote this out, shoulders and tries, and I was like, no, we did buys. We did chest and tries. All right, so shoulders and buys, warm up, KB ribbons. The bell's upside down, 6 of these. So think about a cancer ribbon. Cancer ribbon goes around your neck and it crosses like this, right? So you're going to take your bell by the horns upside down. You're going to start it on your hip, and you're going to come all the way up and around your head and cross. Every time it crosses, see how it comes all the way down here? I'm going to cross it, and I'm going to cross it. I'm going to cross it, and I'm going to cross it. Sometimes people will do these. They'll come up and around, and then they'll come to the same side. Okay, that didn't cross. It always comes across the body. Across the body on the way up, and across the body on the way down. Cross on the way up, across on the way down. So 6 total there, and then you're gonna flip it. Okay, still holding the by the horns of the bell, and you're gonna get into a squat. See how the bell pushes back? It's not like this, it's pushing back. See how my elbows are right into my thighs? Just like this. 6 reps, just warming up those biceps a little bit, kind of warming up those legs a little bit. I said 15 to 20 pounds, you know, maybe go heavier on those. Maybe you go more like 20 to 25. This one, dumbbell KB or dumbbell push press. Now we've done push presses with the dumbbells before. I know you're comfy with them. You can experiment a little bit with the kettlebell. Kettlebell rack position, remember, that wrist is straight. Wrists aren't like this. Wrists are nice and straight. And bell handles can come together and pinch your fingers. So look at what I do with my fingers. Instead of having gripping, I don't need to grip. I just put my fingertips right in here. That way if the bells come together, it's okay. So I'm here like this, push press, I dip and drive, dip, drive, dip, drive. Remember, when the bells are coming down, I'm not dip, drive, and then I'm right into my next dip. I'm dip, drive, bells down. Dip, drive, bells down, okay? So dumbbells or kettlebells with those, what do we say here? 12, 10, 8, 12, 10, 8. Then those seated dumbbell lateral raises. I really like these. Been doing these. Scoot your butt all the way to the end of the bench. You know, I think we did these last month, and we're here. Little lean forward and big finish. Keeping those wrists straight, not letting them flex. 10, 8, 10, 12, 10, 8 on that. And then superset. This is single arm bicep curl with a low anchor point, and then reverse rear delt flies with a shoulder height anchor point. So I drop it all the way down. I got my handle, whether you like the metal handles or the plastic with the strap handles, either one's good. It's all the way down. I want to see if you can be in this position here like this. You don't have to stand all the way up to curl. I want to see if you can be down here and kind of curling up like that. So you're going to do both sets of bicep curls, 10 and 10, and then raise it up to about shoulder height, and then you're pulling away, just like this. 10 and 10. So thinking about that rear delt, really focusing on that. So on those ones, you got to keep moving up and down on that, but I think for a superset, I've always found that even though I'm moving the machine, I'm getting that thing done so quick because I'm going in between 2 exercises. Then we're going to move into another superset, so you can switch that. You can hang out on that cable and then switch that handle out for a rope. And we're going to go high attachment, so it can be up here. Face pull, okay? Work on keeping those elbows up here, not face pulling here. I'm face pulling high here. And then I'm gonna bring that rope all the way down to the bottom, and then I'm here, and big curls here. So when you curl up, think about like spreading the rope here away here like this. It'll hit the outside of the bicep a little bit. And then we got a 5-minute AMRAP. This one here, we're gonna go back to those preloaded bars, and I put 20-pound bar. These might humble you, so you might have to go lighter. So don't worry about the weight, especially on the first day. Worry about keeping the hands wider. See how well I can stay overhead if my hands are wide? See, as soon as I come narrow, that the bar wants to start falling forward because they just don't have the mobility to come back there. A lot of people don't. That's why when you snatch, you have a wider grip. So think about locking up here like this, and then I'm walking lunges here like this. These are gonna crush, bro. Even with this thing is like, I think 8 pounds. This would start, just having weight overhead like that would start beating me up. So this could be lighter. Could be an empty bar, an empty curl bar. I'd rather have it be a connected bar though versus it being dumbbells because they're going to be real squirrely up there. be better, even if you had a PVC pipe to hold anything that was overhead like that. And then you're gonna go bent over bicep curls. So take that bar down. We did 8 walking lunges. Then we're gonna go here bent over like this and curls here like this. So you might have to get wider on your hands again. And just kind of keeping the weight in the legs though. Don't be leaning forward with the weight in the back. Weight in the legs and curls here. And then finisher. This is a body saw hip dip ladder, okay? So this is a 10, this is an even ladder. So 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. And we're gonna start here like this, body saws here, 1, 2, 3. Then we'll go right into the hip dips here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you see how I'm kind of rotating on my toes? Kind of turning on my toes. And then the next set, whenever you need to take breaks, you take breaks. You do 8 body saws, 8 hip dips, 6, 4, 2, and then rest. And then you're gonna repeat the ladder, but you're gonna ladder up. So laddering up's hard, just mentally, same amount of reps. You're gonna do 2 body saws, 2 hip dips, 4 body saws, 4 hip dips, 6, 6, 8, 8, and then last set will be 10, 10. All right, man, that's the program, brother. I'm sure I've been talking for 20 minutes, so apologies. Hit me up, any questions? Let's get it.